So today we will start with ratio and proportions, and I'll show how to solve few questions, and the questions can be found in the description and the link below. Okay, so the first question says two jars containing milk and water are in the ratio 5:4 and 2:1. So there's two jar, one jar and the other jar. In both of the jar, the milk and water ratio is 5:4 and 2:1. Okay, what volume should be taken out from the first jar if the volume have to be taken out from both jars so as to fill up a third 30-liter jar with a milk to water ratio 1:1. Now as we can see, like milk to water ratio 1:1 means there should be equal amount of milk and equal amount of water. Now from in any situation, if we take like the milk or the water from the jars, the milk will always be more than the water. So there's no way possible that this is like there can be a ratio 1:1. So here we can say that this situation is impossible. So the correct answer to this will be an impossible situation or cannot be determined or like something like that. Okay, now this was a stupid question as many would think. Now let's go to the second question. The second question says two dogs cost as much as 5 cats, 6 cats cost as much as 10 goats, 8 goats cost as much as 2 horses, and the cost of a horse is rupees 48. Then what is the cost of 5 dogs? So 2 dogs cost as much as 5 cats, 6 cats cost as much as 10 goats, 8 goats cost as much as 2 horses, and 1 horse equal to 48. Now we are required to find the value of 5 dogs. Now if 1 horse is 48, we can say 2 horse equal to 96. So we can say 8 goats equal to 96. So we can say 1 goat equal to 96 by 8 equal to 12. So we can say 10 goats equal to 120. So 6 cat is also equal to 120. Now 6 cat equal to 120. So 1 cat will be equal to 20. So 5 cat will be equal to 100. So 2 dogs will be equal to 100. So 1 dog will be equal to 50. So 5 dogs will be equal to 250. Okay, this way we find this answer to the second question. You don't actually need to compare the ratios or you don't need to solve in a formula way. Let's just see what the question is asked and by that way we can solve it. Like there is no such big like problem here as we can see. Now let's do the third question. The third question says a box containing 15 ceramic mugs is dropped. Some of the mugs broke. Which of the following cannot be the ratio of broken and unbroken mugs? Now here there are 15 mugs. Okay, now 15 mugs can be broken in the ratio of something x is to y, where x plus y has to be a factor of 15. Okay, see why it is. Suppose the factor was 4:2. So 4:2, can 15 mugs be divided in the ratio 4:2? No, because 4 plus 2 6 is not a factor of 15. Okay, so the factors can be broken in the ratio of the x is to y can be 2:1, for example 8:7, as 8 plus 7 is 15. Again we can break the ratios. But so in the options here we see the options given are 2:3, 8 is to 7, 1 is to 4, 1 is to 3, 1 is to 2. So here it can be distributed, here it can be distributed, here it can be, here it can be, but here it cannot be. So our right answer would be 1 is to 3. As the question is given, which of the following cannot be the ratios? Okay, so let's go to the next question. Okay, so the next question is, in the first 5 overs of a T20 cricket match, the run rate is 8.4 runs per over. What should be the run rate if the remaining 15 overs to reach a target of 195 runs in the stipulated 20 overs? Okay, so let's see. There are in a T20 match there are 20 overs. Now out of 20 overs, first 5 overs and 15 overs. The first 5 overs they have made with a run rate of 8.4 runs per over. So the total run coming here will be how much? 42 runs. Okay, so in the next 15 overs they are supposed to make a total of how much? The total run they require is 195. So out of 195 is 42 is removed. The leftover run will be how much? 153. Okay, so in 15 overs they need to make 153. So what will be the rate of runs per over? That would be 153 by 15 or 10.2. So this is our answer. Our answer will be again 10.2. Okay, we are using simple like unitary method and simple divisions and multiplications. As we see, we are not using any formulas. Okay, if we learn formulas, what happens is for each question we cannot use the same formula in the same way. See, all these questions are of ratio and proportions. Okay, but if we tackle the question as a normal problem sum, that helps us irrespective of from where it is, because in CAT exam we don't know exactly that. There's nothing mentioned that this question is from ratio and proportions or this question is from speed, distance, time or something like that. So we need to deal this each question individually. So I'm showing you how to do instead of the actual topic. We'll see the 5th question again. The 5th question is, Megha went to a mall and spent 60% of the total money she had. Okay, so we'll take like in percentages. Let's assume that the money she had was rupees 100. Okay, out of that 60% of the total money she had, she spent on clothes. Okay, so 60 gone on clothes, so remaining 40% is on food. Okay, on clothes and the remaining on acha. Out of this 100 she spent 60 and the savings was 40. Okay, now on Megha went to a mall and spent 60% of the total money she had on clothes and 16% of the remaining. So this much money was spent on clothes and this much was food plus savings. Okay, out of this 40, 60% of 40, now 60% of 40 can be seen as 24 was spent on food. Okay, and 16 was savings. Now we see here it is given she is left with rupees 256 is the savings. Now when we started with rupees 100, the savings was 16. So for 16 rupees savings we need rupees 100. So for a savings of rupees 256 we need a savings of, by unitary method we can find rupees 1600. That is our answer. Okay. Now we will look at this one other question. Like, I am also afraid of this kind of questions a little, so I try to avoid these if it's a bit complicated. Okay, so the question goes like this: X, Y, and Z are partners in a business with a total capital of rupees 3,300. The profit at the end of year is 1,500 to be divided in proportion of their capital. Okay, so the total profit is 1,500. Now it has to be divided in the ratio A, B, C. Alright. Now X, Y, Z, sorry. X, Y, Z. Now X receives rupees 450. Y receives rupees 550. So we see Z will receive rupees 500. Alright. So by this, can we find out the ratios? Yes, we can. The ratios can be said as 9:11:10. Okay, so the ratio of the profit is 9:11:10, and as it is mentioned that the ratio of profit and the ratio of capital has to be same, means in equal proportions. So if 9:11:10, with also the ratio of the investment, and the total investment was for all three of them rupees 3,300, we need to just find out what was the share of the capital of Z. So we know if we add all these three, the total is coming 30. So if 30 ratios or 30 parts give rupees 3,300, 10 parts will give 3,300 by 30 into 10, that is 1,100. So this is our answer. Alright, now we will go to the next question. The next question is: a reduction of 25% in the price of rice enables a customer to obtain 3 kg more for rupees 189. What is the original price of rice? Okay, now see, there are two ways to solve this kind of question. I will show you a simpler way. Okay, see, the one way by problem sums, if you want to understand and have a nice time solving it again, is, see, price into quantity will be equal to rupees 189. Now the price decreases by 25%. Okay, so the new price P dash will be 3/4 of P. Okay, because of this, the quantity increases by 3. So Q dash became Q plus 3. But so 3/4 P into Q plus 3 will be equal to again the same as 189. So 3/4 PQ plus 3/4 P 9/4 P equal to 189. Now we know PQ equal to 189 from the first statement. So 3/4 into 189 plus 9/4 P equal to 189. If we solve it, we will find the value of P equal to rupees 21 per kg. So that is our answer. Other way of solving this question is, usually when this kind of questions are given, like when I was solving this question, the options here was 22 per kg, 15.75 per kg, 21 per kg, 25 per kg. Alright, Now see, we got the value of 189. Okay, yes. Now P into Q is 189. Alright, so Q or P, so 189 is a factor of 7, as we can see. Okay, is also a factor of 3, we can see. Okay, and it's also a factor of 9. Now P and Q will together constitute these three values, 7 into 3 into, sorry, 9, again 3 and 3, right? So we can safely say that P or Q will either be a multiple of 3 or a multiple of 7. Now we see option number C. So it cannot be option number 1, it cannot be option number 4. Now again, we are left with these two options. Alright, now see, we can see, let's find out. Okay, now we are left with these two options. Now we will take a simpler option. Okay, if we cannot find for this, so obviously this has to be there. So for the simpler option, 21 rupees per kg was the original price. Okay, so the next price will be 3/4 of P, okay, which is 15.75, as we see. And if we compare and put the values, we'll find 21 rupees per kg may like answer aa ja raha hai. So we can directly mark it 21 rupees per kg without any issue as such. Okay, now we'll go to the next question. Just give a second. Wait, like we have a problem. Just give me 1 minute. I have some trouble accessing my questions. My computer got switched off. Just give me a minute. Okay, so the next question says the rate of interest for the first 2 years is 3% per annum, for the next 3 years is 8% per annum, and for the period beyond 5 years is 10% per annum. If a man gets rupees 1520 as simple interest for 6 years, how much did he deposit? Okay, now again we'll take the initial amount to be 100. Okay, if the initial amount is 100, principal, if let's say if P equal to 100, for the first 2 years he will receive at the rate of 3% per annum, that is rupees 6. Then for the next 3 years at 8% per annum he will receive rupees 24, and for the next, as a total amount of years is 6 years, 5 साल ऑलरेडी जा चुका है, 1 साल बचा, and in that 1 year 8% per annum, so it will be 8 rupees. Okay, all right. Just wait a second. Okay, so the total amount of money we see, beyond 5 years the rate of percent of annum is rupees 10. Okay, sorry, I'm really sorry, is rupees 10. Okay, so the total value he receives is rupees 40 for 6 years if the principal is rupees 100. Here it's given he received 1520. So principal कितना होगा? So for 40 if it is 100, for 1520 it is 100 by 40 into 1520, that will come as rupees 3800, and that's our answer. Okay, again कुछ ज़्यादा रेशियो एंड प्रोपोर्शन या उसको झमेला हुआ नहीं, जस्ट वी यूज आवर सिंपल बेसिक्स and do this. Like I will later upload a video on simple formulas on ratio and proportion. If you like, if you have any problem, and please put it up in the comments section. Okay, we'll go and see the next question. Okay, 4 persons are asked the same question by an interviewer. If each has independently a probability 1 by 5 of answering it correctly, then what is the probability that at least one of them answers correctly? Okay, so in this question we are given probability of answering is 1 by 5 and problem of answering correctly, and of answering wrongly, then it will be obviously 1 minus 1 by 5, that is 4 by 5. Now it is asked that at least one of them answers correctly. So we can completely say that it considers all the cases where one person answers correctly, 2% answers correctly, 3% answers correctly, and 4% answers correctly. But it does not take into like for the part where nobody answers correctly. So if we just find out that in the cases in which no one answers correctly, okay, and we minus it by the total number of value, total all possible probabilities, that is 1, then we find probability at least one answers correctly. All right, now see so we need to find out probability no one answers correctly, so that will be 1 minus, if for 1% is 4 by 5, so for the 4 people it will be 4 by 5 for first person into 4 by 5 for second person into 4 by 5 for third person into 4 by 5 for the fourth person. That will be 1 minus 4 by 5 to the power 4. Okay, this is another question. Now let's go to the next question. Okay, question number 3 says a certain culture of bacteria quadruples every hour. If a container with these bacteria was half full at 10 am, at what time was it 1/8 full? Okay, so we know bacteria was half of X at 10 am. Alright, now it becomes 4 times every hour. Okay, so suppose if it was X, it becomes 4X the next hour. So if it was at 1 p.m, it becomes at 2 p.m. Alright, so we need to find out when was it 1/8 full. When was it 1/8 full? So 1/8 ka 4 times is 1 by 2. Okay, so we can easily say that just 1 hour before it was of this, like this ratio means, or this fraction. Okay, so it was at 9 am. It was an easy question. I just gave it just like to calm you all down, maybe if you're not understanding, कि कम से कम एक तो क्वेश्चन समझ में आएगा. Okay, we'll go to the next question. All right, the sum of 4 numbers is 253. The ratio of the first to the second number is 2:3. So the 4 number are, let the 4 number be A, B, C and D. If the ratio of first to second number is 2:3, the ratio of second to third number is 5:6, and the ratio of third to fourth number is 8:9. Now we see, like, it's very complicated to compare this and this and this and this. So what we'll do, we'll multiply by lowest common multiple, or the LCM. So 2:3 can again be written as 10, 15 is to 10, and this can be written as 15 is to 18. So if now this ratio and this ratio is same, so here it comes 10 is to 15 is to 18, and now this is 18 and this is 8. We'll again do the same way as we did for this and this. So this is 18 and this is 8. Now for this, both of them will bring down to its lowest common multiple. So that becomes 72. Now 8 nines are 72. So this becomes 81. Now this becomes 18 into 4 is 72. So this becomes 60 and this becomes 40. Now an interesting thing. Now this is the ratio of the numbers divided. So 40x plus 60x plus 72x plus 81x equal to 253. So 253x equal to 253. Therefore, equal to 253. So we see x equal to 1. So the numbers, the second and third numbers are actually 60 and 72 only. So the second and third number are 60 and 72. So their average will be 66. Alright. So that is the correct answer. The answer is 66. Now we'll go to the next question. A family consists of father, mother, son and daughter. Ratio of the weight of father to the son. Okay. So father, mother, son and daughter. Now ratio of the weight of the father to the weight of the son is 3:2. Father is 3 and the son is 2. Alright, the ratio of weight of the son to the weight of the mother is 5:6. Okay, son का 5 है and mother का 6 है. Okay, so again to equate these two, we'll bring this to be 10. So if this becomes 10, so 5 का 10 हो गया, 6 का हो जाएगा 12 and 2 का 10 हुआ तो 3 का हो जाएगा 15. So their weight ratio is 15:12:10. Okay, and it's given the weight of the daughter. So we can write it 15x, 12x, 10x, and the weight of the daughter given is 35. Alright, 35 is half of 15x. Okay, see, the weight of the daughter is 35, half of the weight of the father. So if the daughter's weight is 35, the father's weight becomes how much? 70. So 15x is 70. Okay, 15x is 70. So 12x becomes 70 by 15 into 12. Okay, so this goes by 3 and this goes by 14. This goes by 4. So it becomes 42 kg. Okay, now let us do it by an alternate method. We see, like if you observe from the first only, that the daughter's weight is 35. So the father's weight becomes 70. Now if father's weight is 70 and the father to the son ratio is 3:2, the weight of the son will be 70 by 3 into 2. Now, so the weight of the mother will be again in the ratio 5:6, which is 70 by 3 into 2 into 6 by 5. So which is equal to 42 kg. Alright, now let's go to the next question. The next question says, Ajay starts a firm with a capital of rupees 28,000 and after 5 months Bowman joined him and invested rupees 40,000 in the firm. Chirag was also added as a new partner with an individual investment of 56,000 after 7 months of commencement. Okay, so for Ajay, the investment was rupees 28,000 for 12 months. For Bowman, it was 40,000 And for how many months? For 7 months. And for Chirag it was 56,000 for how many months? For 5 months. Okay, so we'll at first find out the ratios of this and this. Alright, like ratio of the investment, because the ratio of the investment will be the ratio of the profit. So that will be 28000 into 12 is to 40,000 is into 7 is to 56,000 into 5. Now we can cancel out these 3 zeros for all of them. See, now see, we all can see that each of these is divisible by 28 in some way or the other. So here we can say it is 12, yeah, say 28 gaya. Here we can say it is 10, 4 from here and 7 from here gone, and from here we can see again 10, because 56 by 28 is 2 into 5, 10. So ratios are 12 is to 10 is to 10, and the profit ratio will be also 12 is to 10 is to 10. Okay, so we need to find out the profit of Bowman. Now 12x, 10x and 10x. Now 12x plus 10x plus 10x is the profit 32,000. So 32x equal to 32,000, x equal to 1000. So 10x, which is the profit of Bowman, which is 10,000. So that is our answer. And for the last question of today, let's see this. Okay, by selling 6 dozen of oranges, a person is losing selling price of 1 dozen oranges. Alright, find his percentage loss. Now here the price is not given anywhere, so let's take the price to be 100. Okay, price of 1 dozen, or leave, we know loss equal to cost price minus selling price. So we know the selling price, the loss is selling price of 1 dozen of orange, as we know loss equal to 6 times the selling price, okay, of 1 dozen. Okay, so SP had selling price is a loss equal to selling price of 1 dozen. So cost price of 6 dozen, 6 CP minus 6 SP. Okay, or we can say 7 SP equal to 6 CP. Okay, or the loss is equal to how much? See, if 7 SP equal to 6 CP, so suppose if cost price is rupees 100, okay, for 1 dozen, so for 7 dozen the cost price becomes 600, and okay, so for 6 dozen it becomes 600, and the selling price will become 600 by 7 per dozen. Okay, for 7 SP. Wait, I have complicated this a bit, so let us do by some other method. Okay. I'm sorry for this. We'll do it in another way. So here it is given, by selling 6 dozen oranges, a person is losing selling price of 1 dozen orange. Okay, let the SP equal to 100 per dozen. Okay, so 100 rupees per dozen. So SP for 6 dozen, SP for 6 dozen equal to 600. Okay, so the loss is equal to 100. So we can say cost price is equal to 700. So loss percent equal to 100 by 700 into 100, which is 1 by 7 into 100, which is 14.28%. So this is our answer. Thank you very much for staying for the whole video. I hope you all liked it. I will be posting further videos which will obviously be a bit better than this video and a bit more prepared. Thank you for